Welcome back to MLB 9 Innings. Today we have a breakthrough in analytics. So, pretty excited about this. Um, as you know, I'm a complete nerd, so I look at this stuff. Um, first, some lingo. On base percentage. It's hits over walks divided by at bats over walks. They don't count walks and at bats. So if you want to figure out how many walks you get in ranked, you can do a little algebra. Personally, I use GoalSeek in Excel. OPS, they don't give you slugging, but you can kind of have what I call OPS-ish. So you don't have doubles or triples, but you just use home runs and hits. Total bases, hits, walks, home runs, and then runs created. You could see that formula there. So, all right, so Hojo's got some brand new skills. You can see some of the effect here. So 2 weeks ago, so all these analyses have been the recent few weeks where I haven't been tanking, so I get consistent data. If you look at things like OPS and you're constantly tanking, constantly playing crappy teams, you're going to get different results. So I've been trying not to tank so I can just have gold 2, gold 1 type teams. Most of my opponents are somewhere between 100 OVR and 112-ish during the course of the week. And I just play every game. I don't care. Win, lose, whatever. I'm collecting data. So 2 weeks ago, now the only unfortunate thing, Hojo was in a position to have the benefit of Master Base Thief. So last week I didn't put him there, but I reskilled him midweek. So it's data. But you can see even with the bonus of Master Base Thief, so that's a previous batter ahead of him having that skill, and we talked about that in the other video, he is creating a significant more amount of runs, and that's normalized to 1276 at bat. So it's like 70 more runs. It's like 25% over that combo, and that's really switching out Training Junkie, which isn't a shitty skill. It's not a bronze skill, it's not exhaustion, it's one of the semi-top skills for charisma. So that's the big change, and it's a huge jump. All right, so that's not completely what I was stoked about, though. I finally have 3 batters with prediction and charisma. Hojo, who's a SIG, McNeil, and Walker. And Murphy's got charisma, slugger instinct, and Training Junkie at level 3. So we can now see what the impact of contact, power, and eye are, because you got 3 of the same skill sets. All right, so we've completely taken the skill effect out of it. All right, so now we can look at average batting skills. So that's straight average of contact, power, and eye. That's on the x-axis here. On the y-axis is total bases. So you can see it's a pretty straight line going up. Murphy, he's got slugging instinct and level 3 Training Junkie instead of prediction. So he's kind of in the mix. I do want to note that McNeil and Hojo had some period of being in down condition. Murphy had a little bit of up condition in the beginning of the week, so I might throw off a little bit of the stats. I also freeze these stats this morning, so Sunday morning before the week finished. If I'm going to do analysis like this, today is a good time. Now look at power versus home runs. So Murphy with slugging instinct is hitting a lot more home runs than Hojo with significant more power. So we can see the effect of slugging instinct here. Contact, a little bit high as well for Murphy. McNeil's a little low. That might be due to the period he spent in down condition. So I'm going to recheck this next week. Hopefully everybody's in playing condition all week. And now we look at I versus walks. So Murphy with a high amount of I is significantly less walks than the players with prediction. So the blue players have charisma prediction. Murphy's got charisma slugging instinct. So can we take these three, attributes, contact, power, I, and figure out how many total bases they would? And yes, you can do this using what's called a regression. This is semi-advanced math. I'm not a super mathlete, but I can run Excel. So you plug these in to Excel, and you can use their regression and come up with the formula. So if you put in this formula here on the right, contact for, and this is tied to the amount of at bats and that they had in total bases. So if you the formula will change if you do more or less games. I think the what's being multiplied will stay roughly the same. It's that minus 871 that's going to change your intercept, if you are familiar with math and graphs. So now you have three variables which will predict how many bases that they would do. So you can see what the impact is. So for every power attribute, it's times 5.6, but it's only 3.2. So you can see here that power is the most effective attribute, followed by contact, and then followed by I. And this is what people have been kind of looking at and thinking, but without having firm data behind it. But now you also can weight them. So for every I attribute, power is 1.72 above it, and contact's 1.42. So now I can come up, instead of just having an average batting stat, now I can have a weighted stat. So you can see here's how I weighted them. So just, that weighting I just talked about, and adding those up. So contact times 1.42, power times 1.72, plus I equals the total weighted. And it's not attribute, I said skill, but it's really. And now you can see a pretty straight line here. So what are my takeaways from here? You got Walker, McNeil, Hojo, Slugger with a little bit of something else is right in the mix. So Slugger prediction is pretty interchangeable. But now you can apply this. You can take your attributes out of the equation and then see the impact of skills. So here's the total weighted skills. Now I got three batters with the asterisks getting the benefit of Master Base Thief. But you can see Hojo, Murphy, McNeil, Walker, and you can see those faint lines. So if they're on the line, if they're above the line, they're sort of outperforming based on skills. You can see, look at Walker with charisma and prediction, same OPS as Conforto, Granderson, and they're not slouches. Granderson's got full swing hitter, Conforto's got training junkie, but much higher. So those are two solid silvers. but those are that prediction is outperforming it, despite the difference in skills. What other takeaways do you see? Ozzie Smith, real low stats, but Ace Killer performs better than Training Junkie. Ramos is giving his MBT to other people, so he sees the worst amount. And look at Alonso. So Alonso's sort of on the same line as Conforto. So they both have Training Junkie. Alonso's got batting machine and heavy hitter. Conforto just has charisma. So you can really clearly see that charisma is significantly better than batting machine. I'm going to put charisma being the best, and I'm right now grouping slugger, prediction, and batting machine as sort of your S- tier. So what other takeaways? So here we can see slugger might be very, very slightly better than prediction, really, really close. Charisma's better than batting machine. Training Junkie's better than full swing hitter. We see Granderson versus Conforto. So you can see that Conforto's kind of on par. And then prediction's a lot better than Ace Killer. So, but I take Ace Killer over one of the quote-unquote good silvers. So eventually want to come up with a ranking, but this is this is a really good way to be able to normalize the attributes, and then I can just focus on the skills. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I can't obviously have a video without opening a couple packs though. So let me do this intermediate. No, not Kevin Mitchell. I know, all the Giants, it's a good Giants card, but it's one of the best Giants cards actually, but let's do, nope. Robbie Cano. The Hunt for a Prime. Nope. The Grom 16. One more try. Vintage. No. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, let's open these. I'm going to finish Gold 1 this week. I didn't really try too hard. I was busy with this analysis. Nope, just Gold. Alright, no fun. But anyway, let me know what questions you had. Hopefully that was helpful, and looking forward to seeing the next Team Select Diamond. That's in a few days. So later.